Welcome to WILA. Today you will join me in looking at something. And why would you do that? Why would you spend your hard-earned time with me talking about something I'm looking at in your ear, or in the room, or in the car? Well, I don't know. I've heard that it can be relaxing. Some people use it to sleep. Some people use it as a form of meditation, which it is actually good for, looking at something and just focusing on it for a time can be really good for your mind and your spirit. So those are the reasons that most people listen. And you can come up with your own reason why you listen. It can be unique and one of a kind. But you know what? You don't have to have a reason. Just because you don't know why doesn't mean it's not valid or that you shouldn't do it. I would say a large proportion of things I do, I don't know why I'm doing them. There's no reason. And there might not be a reason for anything at all. I have to say, though, speaking of reasons and the mystery of them, there's this kind of interference happening, and it's happening right now. I don't know if you can hear it over the music that's playing softly, but it goes in and out. It might be, the reason might be a stray electrical signal or something a little more paranormal. I am in this very, very old building that my center is in. I wouldn't be surprised if it was haunted, is what I'm saying. Or, haunted is a strong word, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were invisible spirits, so to speak, in the area, my close vicinity. I'm sure you hear that. I don't mind the sound myself, but it might be annoying to you, so I'm going to pause this until it goes away. We seem to be clear once again, so let's continue on. In that break, when I was waiting for the invisible people to stop interfering with the signal, I was just looking. I was curious about this new setup with being Spotify only and doing a subscription. And guess what, everyone? I have one subscriber, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm already earning £3.21. And yeah, I'm really grateful for that one person who subscribed. Thank you very, 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 very much. And also, I want to say, just while I'm kind of begging for money, I have a new YouTube channel, and it's called Steady Waves, and the intention behind it is to have like a video diary of a death doula, which I am. I just thought people might be interested in knowing what I do as a death doula and have a place to ask me questions informally and things like that. And I already have, I think I have about 25 or so subscribers on there. So I have, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I've got like 26 subscribers in total. Not to mention Instagram followers, and people send me personal emails sometimes. So I'm feeling really well connected, really friendly online. Wow, a huge tractor just drove by with a bunch of hay on it. It was bright red and the hay was golden. Looked really good together. It was going fast. Anyway, subscribe if you want to either my YouTube channel or... Oh, and the reason I mentioned the YouTube channel as well is because on there I have this thing called Buy Me a Coffee, and people can just straight up give me money to buy a coffee. And let me tell you, I love my coffee and my tea, but sometimes I really like to grab a coffee, and I've already gotten 3 coffees. So thank you to that person for buying me 3 coffees. You know who you are. Thank you. If you want to buy me a coffee, go ahead and go to YouTube and type in Steady Waves. Find me, buy me a coffee, subscribe on Spotify for £3.99 per month. What else? This is the part of the podcast where I'm just rambling and getting you into the mood to relax and let go of your own thoughts so that you can, stop your cyclical thinking and maybe go to sleep. Or, as we spoke about last time, if your dog is listening to me, it might like me going around in circles and not making much sense from A to B. Dogs, I think, love that. I just got a text through from home, a home transmission, and it showed my dog Freyja rubbing her nose around, her whole face around on a woodlouse. I call them roly-polies. Here they're called woodlouses, but they're those little bugs which roll up into a ball to protect themselves. They're like ancient looking bugs. And anyway, Freyja loved this woodlouse a lot. Today has gone by so fast. I'm not sure why. I have come to the center. I got here a little late, like 10:30, because there was traffic in Winterbourne Abbas. And each day I say to myself, oh, I've got to leave early because of the traffic, because there's this like temporary light. But then I never remember that, and I leave without considering that, and then I'm late. But the good thing is no one's ever waiting for me to open, like ever. So, well, that could be good or bad. It's probably bad as well. But it was all fine. I came in, did some emails, wrote some lists. I did some recording. I did some vocals for Loma, which is my band if you don't know. And also I did a drawing. I went on a walk. I went to this cafe called Cherries and sat down, had a coffee, speaking of buying me a coffee, and drew a picture there and just kind of hung around. People watched. And then I made my way back. Well, I looked at the swans for a little while. The cygnets, which are baby swans, hatched about 3 months ago, and they were so small, and today I noticed that they're so big. They're like almost as big as their parents, which were right next to them. And a man told me that how to tell if the swans are male or female, which I didn't know before. So I learned something. And I also dropped a zucchini off at this pick your own flower farm because they were having something called a crop swap. And so I brought a zucchini, and they gave me some rosemary. And talked to the person who runs that flower stand for a while about different things. And then I came back here, edited a video. Now we're here, and it's already 3 o'clock. So that's my life at the moment. It's Saturday, and thanks for listening to me. I really appreciate you being here and listening and supporting this podcast more than you know. Thanks for being here. So I'm finally going to look at something, okay? You don't have to wait any longer. I know you're at the edge of your seat, and you're almost falling off your seat, and you're almost ready to throw in the towel. But let me tell you, I've got something good on the docket. I'm on the internet and I'm looking. So here in the UK, there's a big thing about energy bills at the moment, and we're in sort of a crisis of sorts, wherein the energy companies are charging normal everyday people obscene amounts of money to use the electrical grid and have the lights on and have the heating on. So I've been thinking about ways that we can conserve energy in the house and basically not use lights anymore and not have to burn candles and have a fire risk in the house. And so I've been looking at this lantern online. I looked for a while for solar powered lanterns, but a lot of them I don't like, and they just aren't my thing. But this one I might buy, and it looks really nice. So we're gonna look at that today. A web page of this lantern that I might buy. So if you're ready, we're going to get into this, what this lantern looks like, and the whole page that it's on. Oh, and I got my pop filter, by the way. I got it yesterday, and it's hilariously small. It's like a mini pop filter, but thankfully I have a small face and a small mouth section of my face, a small mouth portion of my face. So it perfectly fits me, but it is really funny. It's definitely the smallest pop filter I've ever used in my days. But yeah, it was cheap. I don't know. I didn't really read how the measurements or anything, so it's my fault. It's not their fault. Here we go. So this lantern is called Harper Living Rechargeable Camping LED Retro Water Resistant Lantern, 6 watts, 370 lumen, long life battery powered, 5,000 mAh battery capacity, dimmable and color changing rope handle white. And it's from Harper Living, the Harper Living store. This lantern has on the product description like 7 images showing all the different aspects of the lantern. So let's start with the images. This lantern, the first image is just a full frontal of the lantern, and it's got chrome colored, like silver metal parts, and then it has cream colored accents with like bamboo accents as well, and a rope handle. The rope handle might be the only part that I'm like, oh, I don't really love that, but at least it's a rope and not plastic. But I'd rather it be like, it's like a sailor rope, like an old-fashioned sailor rope, which is fine. It's fine. There's on the top of it a O-ring type thing. I guess that's if you want to hang it from a hook or hang it from anything, a ceiling or whatever you want to hang it on. It's silver metal, and that's connected to the top of the lantern, which is a sort of like a hat-shaped cream color top, and that's connected to, I'm gonna call it the barrel. I don't know what else to call it. It's like a frosted glass barrel going down, and that's the part that is illuminated. That's where the light lives. And on either side of the top hat-shaped cream hat, there's the fixtures that hold each side of the rope. So there's like, if you just imagine a handle and it's made of rope, that's what it is. And then there's a cage around the barrel that's silver, and it's giving it a real traditional look, and I like that. I was looking for a lantern with that kind of old school feel. The bottom of it looks pretty modern. It's like a base with a cream color, the same cream color as the top of the lantern, and there's a silver dial in the center, and I think we'll probably learn what settings there are in the next couple of photos. And then the base of the base is made of bamboo, so it's the same exact color as the rope. Actually, the bamboo base and the rope are the same color. They're like a light blonde brown color, and the bamboo base has, well, it just looks like bamboo. There's some striations that is characteristic of bamboo wood. Overall, it has a really nice look to it. It's got a nice kind of blend of old retro feel and new lantern, and that's why I was attracted to it, I suppose. I'm gonna go to the next photo in the description. This lantern also comes in black, so the next image is actually like a collage of 4 images, and it's using the black model of the lantern. So the first image is on the upper left hand side is the lantern in the black version, and it's plugged in via a little USB charger to a computer, illustrating that it can be charged on a laptop, which is very nice. The next picture in this 4-picture collage, on the upper right, it says rechargeable, input 5V/1A, charging time 7 hours. And it's a photo of it. It's a USB port, and it's got a green light, and it's in a circle on a white background. Rechargeable is in all caps, and it's like a slightly rounded sans serif font, so the ends of the letters are kind of rounded off. The next image on the bottom left says power bank in that same font, and it says 5000 mAh, output 5V1A. There's a bunch of motorcycles going by, and I guess because it's Saturday, everyone's riding their motorcycle, and I just decided to turn the mic on the, I don't know what mode it's called, but it's the mode where it ducks the back of the mic. I think it like brings it down. Anyway, I switched it to that, and now all of a sudden my vocals seem closer and better, and the background is less loud. So sorry for the change in audio just now, and it's gonna be like this from now on. Back to the lantern. So power bank, you can charge things from the lantern. Very handy, very cool. And the next image on the right lower side is again the lantern, black version, with a phone that's, I guess, being charged by the lantern. Very, very neat. I like that. The next slide says features, and there's a moody photograph depicting the lantern sitting on some kind of bridge with water on both sides and misty mountains in the back, and it's like dusk time, and there's a reflection of the lantern in the water, and it just looks very cozy and beautiful. It just makes me want the lantern more. And on this slide, it's got a sans serif fonted features up at the top in white, and it's got 2 what is it called, the slash, // one / before features and one after, and then there's 6 little icons that I have to tell you about. The first one, and these are all in white, the first one looks like a light bulb, and there's 3 little light lines off of the light bulb. It says dimmable and CCT adjustable, Not sure what CCT stands for, but it must stand for something. The next little icon is, it looks like an alarm clock. It says runtime 4 to 75 hours. At first I thought it said 4.75 hours. I'm not sure how it can be that extremely different in time hours, but maybe it means like on almost no charge it's 4 hours and full charge is 75 hours. Don't know. Under that is one that looks like a USB stick. Well, it looks like a USB, an end of a USB. And it says rechargeable USB input and power bank output 5V 1A. Next to that, it's a battery sign, and it's got 2 bars, and it says 2 rechargeable batteries included. Next, it's got like looks like a gas gauge, kind of a circle gas gauge. It says rotary switch for adjusting brightness and color temperature. Oh, it's just the icon is the rotary knob. And then we have an umbrella with rain falling on it, and it says waterproof IPX4. Again, not really sure what that means, but waterproof. I'm guessing just like light rain or something it's fine in. Now we're on to the next slide. It's a picture of the lantern with a white background, and this is the white model of the lantern, and it's got kind of like, it's like when you read a manual and there's lines pointing to different things and they tell you what they are. So the first one says natural hemp rope made from jute, strong and simple, and it's got a line pointing to the rope handle, which is upright, and it's also got a circle, and inside the circle there's an up-close picture of the jute rope, like a macro image. Below that, it says electroplating chrome frame, long-lasting anti-rust and corrosion IPX4. And that one's pointing to the cage, that metal cage. Then below that, there's a circle with a picture of green bamboo. It says handcrafted base made from bamboo. And all this text, by the way, is in a sans serif black font. Then there's, in the upper right, there's an image of the USB port, and it says USB charging port and power bank output. And then lastly, on the bottom, there's a line coming from the knob, and it says metal rotary button, adjust brightness and color temperature. And that's that slide. Next slide is just a simple photograph with the lantern peacefully sitting on top of a table with a tablecloth on, and the tablecloth is delightful. It's a red, yellow, and blue sort of tartan plaid type tablecloth pattern, and it's got a pencil sitting next to the lantern. The lantern is turned on in this photograph, which is, I think, the first time we've seen it turned on, except for in that moody photograph of the lake and the mountain in the background. This image gives me the feeling of like family game night, or like camping in a cabin in the woods, and you have a lantern out on the table and you've got a pencil and you're writing letters or drawing or playing a game where you need to tally up a score with a little pencil. That's what feeling it's giving me. The next slide is a technical drawing showing us how many millimeters the lantern is measuring. So it's a simple black drawing of the lantern, and it says front and there's a back. So the first side says front and the next side says back. And it says it's 257 millimeters tall on the front. And then it's measuring the base and it's saying it's 126 millimeters wide. The last slide is showing us the different colors and I guess the different brightnesses of the knob. It says 2200K, 4000K, 6000K. So, and it also says smooth rotation to adjust color temperature. The first one, which is 2200K, is definitely the warmest and most yellow. The second one is less yellow and more bright, and the last one looks the most bright and it's the most blue as well. It looks kind of like, I don't know, a very bright LED light or something like that. If I get this lantern, I will most likely always be using it on the dimmest mode, the most yellowest mode, the most warm one, or maybe the middle one, but I tend not to like bright fluorescent color blue. So those are all the slides. Now let's read a little more about this lantern. There's some bullet points. So it says retro style LED outdoor lantern, polished chrome cage, vintage black finish and wooden base, 6 watts, 370 lumens max, dimmable and color changing. I have it on the white options. I'm not sure why it says black, but it's fine. Long life, up to 75 hours of use, with battery box located on the bottom of the light, 2 rechargeable batteries included. Compact and lightweight, 600 grams, and 15.5 by 15.5 by 26 centimeters, easy to store away. Ideal for camping, hiking, fishing, indoor/outdoor, garden, tables, hanging on a tree or post for camping/decoration. Can be used as a power bank, charge your phone while on the go, and IPX x4 waterproof light, perfect for outdoor use. Shall we read some reviews? That sounds fun. Alright, so first review, it says really nice quality lantern, really nice lamp. I like the fact it is lightweight. I bought 2 lanterns. You can either carry it or hang it up with a hook. I also like the fact you can change the lighting from dim to bright. Also, it's rechargeable. This is an excellent retro lantern which can be used in the winter months and also energy saving in the energy crisis. That's exactly what I said. This person is buying it bought it for this exact same reason that I did, which is it's a validation that I might be doing the right thing. That person, everything was positive, yet they only gave 4 stars, so I'm not sure, Sarah Jane, what the issue was, but the next person did give 5 stars. Looks great, easy to recharge. In parentheses, I charged it on my computer. 5 star. The next one, 5 stars as well. Attractive, massive battery life. The next one, 4 stars. For its price, it's so good, I bought another. While it's by no means perfect, at this price, it's good enough that I was happy to buy a second one. It's just bright enough with adjustable color. At the red end of the color dial, it emits a comforting warm glow. At full brightness, it's enough to light a small room and certainly enough for a tent. At minimum brightness, it's kind of a background illumination. It charges from a common USB connection and, when fully charged, will power other small devices. It takes a while to charge, but runs for a good while once it's charged. All in all, it's an impressive product at this price. I have a somewhat similar lamp from Litella that cost 300 quid. The problem, I guess, is that the Litella lamp has spoiled me. The Litella is made of solid metal and real glass. It looks like a traditional mantle lamp and has exactly the same quality of light. Even the control knob is authentic. This product, on the other hand, is only superficially traditional. From the distance it looks the part, but it's made of entirely modern materials. There's a lot of plastic parts, including the mantle, and the wooden base is actually made of bamboo. Isn't bamboo wood? Is it? Is bamboo a wood? The hemp rope hanger looks kind of odd, in fact, and I've replaced mine with a paracord, which looks more in keeping with the style of the lamp. There's no doubt that the light weight realized by the use of modern materials is an advantage if you have to carry it around or hang it from a tent ridge. Still, I have a slight aversion to modern things that try to look like old things. To be fair, my Litella lamp is also carrying off a pretense, but it does it so effectively that it doesn't discomfort me so much. What is this person's deal? These complaints are just the result of my compulsive fussiness. Probably most people will be happy with the looks and the light weight of the thing. My small non-fussy complaint is that you can't replace the battery without tools. I understand that earlier models had an accessible battery, and I really can't see how hiding the battery is an improvement. It would be nice to carry spare charged batteries on trips. It's still possible, but you would have to carry a screwdriver as well. It's a small component, I guess, but petty design errors like this annoy me. All in all, though, I liked it enough to buy another one, so I guess its flaws aren't showstoppers. Well, 16 people find that helpful, so I guess this person just had a lot of time to sit down and write. And who am I to talk? I read it all. I read it all out loud, so thank you. What's your name? Kevin Boone. Thank you, Kevin Boone. I hope that you become a subscriber and a listener of this podcast, and thanks for your helpful insight on this lantern. I appreciate it because I agree. I don't love the rope. I said that before. You hit the nail on the head. I might, in fact, replace the rope if I buy this lantern with a paracord as well. So thanks for the idea, Kevin Boone. I think we'll stop there, everyone. I think the lantern has had enough airtime, and I will report back if I do get this lantern. I think it'll be really nice for those, it's kind of transitioning into fall now, and the sun is going down earlier, and it'll be perfect for those fall evenings when we don't want to use electricity and we've got the fire going and we need a little extra more light. So yeah, I think I should buy it. But I'm being a little cautious right now with my wallet, so I might just keep it in the shopping basket until something changes, but hopefully it will still be there. All right, that was what I'm looking at today. That's what I chose to look at, and that's what you chose to listen to. And this evening I'm off to a ceilidh, which is a dance of traditional origin. I've never been to one. It's in a village hall. And I probably won't stay very long because I'm really excited about what I'm cooking for dinner. I'm going to cook some buffalo cauliflower, and I'm really hungry. All I have left in terms of food right now is 2 apples, and that's just not sounding like it's going to hit the spot, but you never know. It should tide me over until I'm home. Maybe there's going to be Are there snacks at a ceilidh? It's Great Britain. They'll definitely have some potato chips or something. I'll see what's up with the ceilidh, and then I'll get the buffalo cauliflower going at home and eat it happily. I hope you're having something delicious for dinner, and I hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you very soon. Until then, bye.